loving mere folly that hey ho the holly. This life is most jolly.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. Starting off for the month of November, unfortunately, I missed the last couple of weeks with some family business, but I'm glad to be back here with John, Shelia, Brannon, and Maggie, and maybe some of our other regulars will show up a little bit late. I'm here to perform impromptu performances of the works of Shakespeare decided by the Wheel of Shakespeare, which I'll bring up right here. And based on the random order, I will have the first turn today. I'm going to be performing first, and Shelia is on deck. Shelia will perform after I do. Myself, I will be doing dialogue. That's not a dialogue. I've never done this one before. To bait fish withal. If it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me, hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies. And what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Feel with the same food, feed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian is? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? We are like you in the rest. We will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be? By Christian example. Why, revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute. And it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. Okay. So, Shelia is now up, and John is on deck. Shelia is going to do...
Yeah, this is one of my favorites, but I have done him frequently, so you may want to spin again.
You want to? Okay, I'll spin again for you.
He's too tempting. He's my favorite character.
Two Gentlemen of Verona, Act 3, Scene 1. So whenever you're ready.
Okay, got it. And why not death rather than living torment? To die is to be banished from myself. And Sylvia is myself. Banished from her is self from self, a deadly banishment. What light is light if Sylvia be not seen? What joy is joy if Sylvia be not by? Unless it be to think that she is by and feed upon the shadow of perfection, except I be by Sylvia in the night. There is no music in the nightingale unless I look on Sylvia in the day. There is no day for me to look upon. She is my essence. And I leave to be, if I be not by her fair influence fostered, illumined, cherished, kept alive. I fly not death to fly his deadly doom. Tarry I here, but attend on death. But fly I hence, I fly away from life. Scene.
Hey, great. Thank you, Julia. Okay, John is up now, and then Maggie is on deck. Maggie will go after John does. Pamela, Lord. First scene of Titus Andronicus, I think it's toward the end.
Didn't I do this last time?
You-
It looks familiar.
Yeah, okay, I'll spin again. Yeah,
Okay. I believe I did that. I did this last time, but the 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think so too. It should have been removed from the wheel. I have a mistake. Really tough on this. Do you want to do it or you want to pass it? I think that's another one that I should have retired for a while.
Well, I'd like to pass on that one if that's okay.
You want to pass on it?
Did you ask me that?
Do you want to
Yeah,
pass on?
let me pass on that one.
Okay,
If that's okay.
sure.
Thank you.
Volumnia will not connect with Coriolanus' mother. Act 5, Scene 3, Coriolanus. So that's kind of a ways down into the scene, so you have to look for that. As soon as you find it, go ahead and
Sorry. Boy, I'm having trouble here. Oh no, now what happened? Here, let me see if I can go back. Okay, scrolling down. Okay, I got it. Nay, go not from us thus. If it were so that our request did tend to save the Romans, thereby to destroy the Bolses whom you serve, you might condemn us as poisonous of your honor. No, our suit is that you reconcile them. while the Volsces may say, this mercy we have showed, the Romans thus we received, and each and either side give all hail to thee and cry, be blessed for making up this peace. Then knowst, great son, the end of war is uncertain, but this certain, that if thou conquer Rome, the benefit which thou shalt thereby reap is such a name whose repetition will be dogged with curses, whose chronicle thus writ, the man was noble, but his last attempt he wiped it out, destroyed his country, and his name remains to the ensuing age abhorred. Speak to me, son. Thou hast affected the fine strain of honor to imitate the graces of the gods, to tear the thunder, the white cheeks of the air, and yet to charge thy sulphur with a bolt that should but reeve an oak. Why dost not speak? Think'st thou it honorable for a noble man to still remember wrongs? Daughter, speak you, he cares not for your weeping. Speak thou, boy, perhaps thy childishness will move him more than can our reasons. There's no man in the world more bound to his mother, and yet he lets me private like one of the stocks. Thou hast never in thy life showed thy dear mother any courtesy, when she, poor hen, fond of no second brood, has clucked thee to the wares and safely home, loaden with honor. Say my request unjust, and spurn me back, but if it be not so, thou art not honest, and the gods will plague thee, that thou restrainst from me the duty which to a mother's part belongs. Oh, he turns away. Down, ladies, let us shame him with our knees. To his surname Coriolanus longs more pride than pity to our prayers. Down and end. This is the last. So we will home to Rome and die among our neighbors. Nay, beholds this boy that cannot tell what he would have, but kneels and holds up bands for our fellowship. Does reason our petition with more strength than thou hast to deny it? Come, let us go. This fellow had a Volscian to his mother. His wife is in Corioli, and his child like him by chance. Yet give us our dispatch. I am hushed until our city be afire, and then I'll speak a little.
Okay, thank you, John. Okay, so our first three players, myself, Sheila, and John have gone. We still got Bill just joined us. We're glad he made it a little late. So we still got Maggie, Brandon, and Bill to go, and then we'll go. We'll spin for a scene. This is for the six of us. So let's see. There she is. Okay, so it's Maggie's turn, and then Brandon is on deck. She'll go after Maggie does. Hey, Henry, we're glad to go find the tennis.
So Henry 5, okay.
Yeah, Henry 5, Act 1, Scene 2.
1, 2. Henry 5.
So whenever you,
Yeah.
okay.
Act 1, Scene 2, you said, correct?
Yeah.
Mark?
Tennis ball.
Act Scene 2.
Yeah, Act 1, Scene 2.
Okay.
So tennis balls, my liege, and you're going to respond to them.
Okay. Let's see. There's actually two long ones of his, so I want to get the right one. I'm sorry. Are you there? Oh, okay. Sorry. I found it. Okay. We are glad the Dauphin is so pleasant with us. His present and your pains we thank you for. When we have marched our rackets to these balls, we will in France, by God's grace, play a set shall strike his father's crown into the hazard. Tell him he hath made a match with such a wrangler that all the courts of France will be disturbed with chases. And we understand him well, how he comes o'er us with our wilder days, not measuring what use we made of them. We never valued this poor seat of England, and therefore living hence did give ourselves to barbarous license, as 'tis ever common that men are merriest when they are from home. But tell the Dauphin I will keep my state, be like a king, and show my sail of greatness when I do rouse me in my throne of France. For that I have laid by my majesty and plodded like a man for working days, but I will rise there with so full a glory that I will dazzle all the eyes of France, yea, strike the Dauphin blind to look on us. And tell the present prince this mock of his hath turned his balls to gunstones, and his soul shall stand sore charged for the wasteful vengeance that shall fly with them. For many 1,000 widows shall this his mock out their dear husbands, mock mothers from their sons, mock castles down, and some are yet ungotten and unborn that shall have cause to curse the Dauphin's scorn. But this lies all within the will of God, to whom I do appeal, and in whose name tell you the Dauphin, I am coming on to venge me as I may, and to put forth my rightful hand in a well-hallowed cause. So get you hence in peace, and tell the Dauphin his jest will savor but of shallow wit, when thousands more weep than did laugh at it. Convey them with safe conduct. Fare you well. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mackie. So Brandon is up, and then Bill, and then spin for scenes. Okay, Brandon, your monologue is going to be... Yeah, same character, different monologue. Put that same banner back on. Once more into the breach.
3, 1. Okay. I wait. Can we? 3. Scene 3. How yet resolves the governor of this town? This is the latest parley we will admit. Therefore to our best mercy give yourselves, or like to men proud of destruction, defy us to our worst. For as I am a soldier, a name that in my thoughts becomes me best, if I begin the battery once again, I will not leave the half-a-choose Harfleur till in her ashes she lie buried. The gates of mercy shall be all shut up, and the flèches shall soldier rough and hard of heart. In liberty of blood hands shall range with conscience wide as hell, mowing like grass your fresh fair virgins and your flowering infants. What is it then to me if impious war, arrayed in flames, like to the prince of fiends, do with his smirched complexion, all fell feats in Lincoln to waste and dissolution. What is it to me when you yourselves are cause if your pure maidens fall into the hands of hot and forcing violation? What reign can hold licentious wickedness when down the hill he holds his fairest career? We may as bootless spend our vain command upon the enraged soldiers in their spoil as send precepts to the Leviathan to come ashore. Therefore, you men of Harfleur, take pity on your town and of your people, whiles yet my soldiers are in my command, whiles yet the cool and temperate wind of grace o'erblows the filthy and contagious clouds of heady murder, spoil, and villainy. If not, why, in a moment look to see the blind and bloody soldier with foul hand defile the locks of your shrill, shrieking daughters. Your fathers taken by silver beards, and their most reverend heads dashed to the walls. Your naked infants spitted upon pikes, whiles the mad mothers with their howls confused do break the clouds, as did the wives of Jewry at Herod's bloody hunting slaughtermen. What say you? Will you yield and thus avoid, or guilty and defensed, be thus destroyed? Scene.
Wasn't the one I was looking for, but that was still a good monologue. Okay, let's see, Bill will be our final monologue before we spin for scenes, and Bill is going to do. Act 3, Scene 2, Midsummer Night's Dream.
Scene 2.
Oh, spite, oh, hell. So whenever you're ready.
Oh, spite, oh, hell, I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you we civil, and I knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do? But you must join the souls to mock me too? If you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of your noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, and all to make you sport. See.
Hey, thank you, Bill. Thank you, all of us, everybody, for a good performance of the monologues. We're now ready for scenes. We need to create roles for 6 people. We'll choose them in the order that we performed. The first scene that's coming up on the wheel is Anthony and Cleopatra and Venus and Pompey. So Venus and Pompey, the slave, and Romeo and Juliet, the first meeting. This is Act 1, Scene 5. This is where they meet at the Capulets part. Not the balcony scene before that. It's when they just like an hour or so before when they meet at the party at Capulets party. Midsummer Queen, Oberon, and Titania. Okay. So the roles again are Minos and Pompey and Antony and Cleopatra, Act 4, Scene 7. Romeo and Juliet, their first meeting at the Capulets party, and then Oberon and Titania in Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 2, Scene 1. I believe that's when they're first introduced and they're fighting over the child. I'll take Romeo. I'll take Romeo, and then Sheila as next choice. She will take.
Mark, I was trying to find the Minos and Pompey scene, and I can't. So I don't think it's 4-7.
Okay, maybe I got the. Let me see if I got.
That's the one you want. I would like to be in that scene if we can figure out where it is.
Okay, so we had spun it first. Maybe we should just change it so it's not first. So, let's see.
Actually, you know something? It is. I found it.
You found it? Okay.
Act 2, Scene 7.
2, Scene 7. Oh yeah. Oh wait, yeah. That.
Oh dear, that's short. You know.
Oh. Yeah, you know, I was thinking it was. You know, I was thinking. I think I was thinking it was the Eros and Antony, the slave, and the. Is that the one do you want to do that one, or let's see?
I'm just flailing at this point. Let's see, because 4-7 is only about 7 lines. I'll tell you what. I'm going to step out of this, and I will try to find the right scene while you're assigning the other parts. And I want to be in this one if we can find it.
Pompey, or Pompey.
Yeah,
or
I'll be
Minos?
Pompey. I'll be
Okay.
Pompey.
You know, that's the one I should. That's the one where I had. I should put it. Oh, darn. That's the one. Whenever I spin that, I say, "Let's do it," because I had edited this scene because there's other characters I had put character. I had cut characters out so that we have more of a continuous thing between the two of them without interruptions. And let me see if I can paste that in the Word file that I created for that scene. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, it is here. Okay, I found it. I don't know if I can paste it in here.
I only see Pompey in 2-6 and 2-7.
Yeah, I you know, I get your email address. The people that do that, I'll email you the Word file, or I edited it together if you want to do that. And we'll do this one last.
Mm-hmm.
Let me here. We'll switch it so that the Minos and Pompey scene will be last. So you've taken Pompey. I'll do it so that while we're performing the other ones, I can email you and whoever chooses the other role the Word file, or I've condensed. Well, I've cut out the other characters so we have a more continuous stuff between just the two of them. Okay, so I've taken Romeo. Sheila's taken Pompey.
Yeah, Mark, Mark, I'm going to be a troublemaker. I think I'm too stressed about opening night, so I'm just going to step away. I'm going to
Okay.
leave. No offense, I'm just too stressed anticipating my
Okay.
opening night.
Yeah. Totally understood. Okay. So what we'll do instead, let's see. Let's cut that scene. So there's a fifth role. We'll just have the fifth choice. We'll have the four roles. The other and the fifth role. The fifth choice will be a second monologue. So the roles. So I took Romeo. We have Romeo. We have Juliet, Oberon, and Titania, or a second monologue will be the remaining choices. John, what would you like?
I'll take the second monologue, please.
Okay, so when we've done the two scenes, we'll come back to you and spin for another. All right, so then we have Maggie.
I'll take Titania. So it's Midsummer Act 2, Scene 1.
And then Brannon. What would you like? You're muted.
I'll take Juliet.
Okay, so Brannon will be Romeo and Juliet, and then that leaves Bill to be Oberon. Okay, so here's what we've got. Well, for this, sorry about the delay. That was a mistake. I should not have been on the wheel. Specifically because when we are going to do that one, I had that Word file made up where I edited it heavily so that it's more of a continuous thing between those two. But since we spun it, maybe I'll plan that we'll do it next week without spinning, and I'll if I remember, I'll try to remember to email you everybody the Word file so we have that one in advance. We'll know that's one of the scenes for next week. Okay, so myself and Brandon are going to do the Romeo and Juliet scene. Bill and Maggie are going to do the Oberon and Titania scene, and then we're going to spin the wheel again for another scene for another monologue for John. Let's see. Give a second to find the scene. Okay. I think it's right after. I think it's funny. I think the last time we went, I think we did the scene right before it with Tybalt and Lord Tybalt and Lord Capulet and Tybalt, and then.
It's right here.
Oh yeah, so I believe it would be just after Tybalt storms out in a rage, and so it starts with "If I profane with the unworthiest." Is that where you found where we're starting from, Brandon?
Yes.
So okay, so I just want to make sure we were on the same page.
Yes,
Okay.
we're on the same page.
Okay. If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrims' lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Oh, saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips, by yours my sin is purged.
There have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips, oh trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Didn't realize that one was so short, but it was one I'd never done before. I thought it would be don't usually. Okay, so now we've got Oberon and Titania, Bill and Maggie. We create the banner for you guys. So have both of you found the scene? You know where to start? You're ready to go?
I think so. Bill, you start, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
So whenever you two are...
I got it. Ill met by moonlight, right?
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon. A fairy's skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest step of India? But that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus, for shame to Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aegle break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea to dance our ringlets in the whistling wind, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the Murrian flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes and the wanton green, for lack of tread, are indistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or Claro blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts far in the fresh lap of crimson rose, in old Himes, thin and icy crown and odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood when we have laughed, to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following her womb, then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
Okay, great job, you two. So lastly, we have John. He opted to do another monologue. And let's bring the wheel of monologues back up. So we'll spin for him. We'll wrap it up. Okay, so John is now going to do Hollinger. Richard II, Act 3, Scene 1.
Okay.
I believe it's the very beginning of the scene.
Okay. Bring forth these men, bushy and green. I will not vex your souls, since presently your souls must part your bodies. With too much urging your pernicious lives, for 'twere so no charity, yet to wash your blood from off my hands here in the view of men, I will unfold some causes of your death. You have misled a prince, a royal king, a happy gentleman in blood and lineaments. By you unhappied and disfigured clean. You have in manner with your sinful hours made a divorce betwixt his queen and him, broke the possession of a royal bed, and stained the beauty of a fair queen's cheeks with tears drawn from her eyes by your foul wrongs. Myself, a prince by fortune of my birth, near to the king in blood, and near in love, till you did make him misinterpret me, have stooped my neck under your injuries, and sighed my English breath in foreign clouds, eating the bitter dread of banishment, whilst you have fed upon my seigneuries, disparked my parks, and felled my forest woods. From my own windows torn my household coat, raised out my emperies, leaving me no sign save men's opinions and my living blood, to show the world I am a gentleman. This, and much more than twice all this, condemns you to the death. See them delivered over to execution and the hand of death. Scene.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I was having technical difficulties, trouble getting back in, but we're in. Thank you, everyone, for your performances today. Also, I believe I know Brandon's one of the people that works. Maybe Sheila as well, with also Eager Beaver Shakespeare. I thought I got a message Vincent about that. I haven't received the links, but I thought tomorrow was the day that we're doing the full length reading Much Ado About Nothing. if I'm able to get into that, I'll go ahead as I usually do. They do it on Zoom, but I'll share it here to this YouTube channel so the people watching this on YouTube want to watch that tomorrow. That is 12:30, 3:30 New York time, so 12:30 my time. So stay tuned for that. But I've got to verify, make sure that that's still on. But hope the people watching might enjoy that as well. If it comes to pass, I'll share it here. And thanks everybody, and we'll see you the same time next week here on this channel for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. I'll see you guys then. Bye now.